Hi, this is Eric Smith. Time to do another quick look video, and I thought I would do it from Genesis chapter 9, verse 6, and the Word of God reads this way: Whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed, for in the image of God he made man. In chapter 9, God is speaking to Noah and his family. This is after the flood, and he tells them in verse 1 to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. And then he gives some specific instructions. In fact, in verse 5, he says, Surely for your lifeblood I will demand a reckoning. From the hand of every beast will I require it, and from man and from the hand of man. From the hand of every man's brother I will require the life of man. So he's explaining to Noah that he shouldn't eat anything with blood, and that blood is going to be like a sacrifice for the life of someone. That's why in verse 6 it says, whoever sheds man's blood, whoever kills somebody, it says, by man his blood shall be shed. This is where we get capital punishment from. If someone takes the life of someone, their life should be taken. It's like a life for a life, because you killed this person without a cause, because this is what it is. It's murder. You should get the death penalty. And the reason why is at the very end of verse 6. It says, for in the image of God, he made man. That is why we're not to murder anyone, because people are made in the image of God. I know this might sound silly, but when you're killing someone, it's almost as if you want to kill God. Think of Cain and Abel. When Cain killed Abel, was it just because he hated Abel? No, he didn't like what God had said to him. He said, hey, if you do well, won't I accept you? Won't I accept your offering? Because Cain brought the wrong offering. And Cain got upset. And so what did he do? He killed his brother because his brother was more righteous than him. His brother had a relationship with God and he did not. He was of the wicked one. 1 John says that. So because of that, he's like, I'm going to kill a representative of God who's my brother, because he's really angry at God. Dear Christian, let me tell you something. If God could come in the flesh, guess what would happen? We would kill him. And that's exactly what happened when Jesus Christ came in the flesh. They didn't like what he said. They didn't like the things that he represented. They didn't like that he said he was the great I am. They did not like any of that. In fact, they hated it. And because they hated it, they literally put him on the cross. Today, when people are murdering each other, they're just not murdering someone because they hate someone, and that's probably the main reason why. But there's an underlying reason. Down deep, they know someone is made in the image of God, and they know that if they don't like something, it's because it's against God's absolute standard, is against his absolute law, and believe it or not, they will kill someone else, not realizing outwardly that they're killing someone in the image of God, but inwardly, they honestly know that they shouldn't be killing somebody because someone is made in the image of God. We're not animals. We're not insects. We're made in the image of God. That's why when in the Old Testament, when they were sacrificing animals, it was fine because animals have no sin. They're not made in the image of God, but we are. So this is Genesis chapter 9, verse 6. I just wanted to do a quick look to remind you, Christian, that murder is serious. When you take the life of someone else, you're taking the life of someone made in the image of God, and you should never, ever do that. As always, if the videos on this channel have encouraged your Christian walk and edified you in any way whatsoever, but you have not subscribed to my channel yet and you want to, hit the button. If you want to leave any comments, please do so, but please don't be snarky. Please do not be profane. We want to be Christ-like in everything we say and do as Christians. And until we do another quick look, please remember something. I know it might sound silly, like unbelievers are running around murdering one another, and it's like, hey, I'm murdering somebody because they're in the image of God. Of course they're not thinking that outwardly, but they need to know that. They need to know when you kill someone, you're killing someone in the image of God, and the punishment by God is actually the death penalty, because that's how serious it is. By the shedding of blood, we could only have the remission of sins. The wrath of God requires blood, and if you kill someone in the image of God, That's what's required. But check this out. Jesus Christ shed his blood for sinners so that we may be saved. So we want to remember that and tell sinners that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and God bless.